I'm JP.
And I'm CP. And welcome to our E3 Discussion Series 2017. So E3 was about a week ago, and a lot of interesting stuff happened. We had a lot of interesting things, so we're just going to talk about that. Big highlights. What did you guys think of EA's conference just overall?
That was the first thing that I watched.
Mm.
And
You got to see it like as it streamed.
Yeah, I was watching it live on Twitch. It was coming through fine. So that was cool. And I was just kind of trying to take in, what was new. I wasn't sure what to expect.
Yeah. I was like kind of laughing at first because of course it opens up with like sports, and here's the drum line and sports. And,
That made me laugh.
well, actually, to give them some credit, they did open up with Battlefront, and talking about Battlefront, and they're just kind of like, okay, we know we messed up with Battlefront. Like, how do you put it? He said something like,
I mean, take constructive criticism.
yeah. He's
I
like,
got that from the initial trailer.
Some of the criticism was good, or some of it was good feedback, and some of it was constructive criticism.
Yes, that's how
Like,
put it.
And I actually have to hand it to them for that, like owning it. I did not expect that from EA.
Yeah, that's.
I thought they were just gonna kind of sweep it under the rug, like you would usually expect people to do, and just not, talk about it.
I'm sure they know they've got to take care of that property
Yeah,
because it's got huge potential.
they've got a bunch of
a lot of
investment
people
in
play
it.
it anyway.
They've got a bunch of investment in it, and I think EA has like an exclusive license right now to make Star Wars games. After that, they just went straight into sports, and here's Madden 18, and I kind of rolled my eyes. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be the same thing as it is every year. I was surprised though that it looks like Madden 18 is like, what was it called, the long shot?
Man,
or something like
long
that?
shot. Or
Like
something.
one long shot. It has some like little subtitle, and
It has a
that's
story mode.
yeah, it's gonna have a real
I think
campaign.
it's awesome. I personally love sports movies, and I think that the story mode for Man 18 will
It kind
have.
of looks like that.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I'm a sucker for that sort of thing. Like,
Yeah.
anything Rocky is.
Yeah, I think that's a good example of what I had noticed from a lot of the presentations this year, which is that we're really focusing, except for one company, we're really focusing on experience. That's
Yeah.
like the big word. Things like that are going to make Madden not just another Madden installment, but an experience.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm actually gonna end up getting it and playing it though. To be honest with you.
I don't think.
I wouldn't. I
I don't
mean,
think
I'm glad that it's there for people who love sports games, but
Yeah. And
I don't
here's
think I will
sports
either.
games kind
there are
of
only a few types.
getting explored a
racing,
little bit more.
skating,
And yeah,
stuff
exactly.
Like that I'll do.
That is true. There are a lot of like racing games and stuff that were shown this year
Mhm.
that actually look interesting. But anyway, they showed one game that I'm actually thinking we should probably get and stream at some point. Did you? You probably know what I'm talking about. A Way Out. That one prison escape
Yeah.
game.
Oh, yeah, that looks
Dude,
fun.
that looks cool, doesn't it?
That
Like,
looks a lot of fun.
I love how like they even said like, we want you to play this on the couch. I'm like, what? No way.
It's made
This
by-
is a game in 2017 that has been designed to be played on the couch. Like, PV or like just on the couch gameplay has kind of like died in recent years. So
It's made by the same people who made the Two Brothers. I think that's what it's called.
yeah, Two Brothers.
Yeah, and I love that game.
Yeah.
I loved it. It's fun.
It looks cool, and it actually looks like it has a fairly decent story too. I like evidently the story happens on one side of the screen with one character, while another character will just be walking around. So like it's like two different games going on at the same time that you're playing at the same time. So that's going to be really cool
Yeah,
for
yeah,
streaming,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
Any other big takeaways from EA?
I was probably most impressed with the way Battlefront 2 looks.
Yeah, I gotta say for Battlefront,
Darth Maul.
I skipped the first one because it didn't even look like, when I first saw the trailers, it didn't even look like something that would interest me. Just because I saw it and I kind of could tell. I'm like, this is not gonna have a story mode. This is not gonna have. This is gonna have a whole bunch of microtransactions, and it's gonna be one of those. And I just thought, okay, I kind of rolled my eyes at the first one, and then it came out, and everyone was all surprised that it was like that, and I'm like, it kind of looked like that, guys. But then they came out and they showed that.
It has a story mode.
Yeah, like it actually has a real story
I'm
mode.
happy about that.
It should. It's
I
a
kind
Star
of,
Wars
game.
I
of
kind of
course.
laughed when they first were like talking about it, because like they had like the stormtroopers walk out, and that one chick who I felt bad for because she was like barely wearing anything, and like a bunch of guys hollering at her, but and that actually looks like they've taken their criticism potentially.
In
I
stride.
I take all of E3 and everything in general with a huge grain of salt.
They're putting their best foot forward at something like that. So it's all promises. It's kind of like politics. It's
Yeah.
all promises and very polished trailers and all that kind of stuff. And then what you actually get could still be different.
Yeah.
But I thought that looked promising.
If nothing
Yeah.
else, like it was like a 20-minute gameplay that they showed of like a match
It
or
was
something.
long.
That actually looked really cool. Darth Maul looks really cool.
Yeah. I'm excited about Darth Maul. And Yoda's a new character, I think? I don't know. I think so.
I don't know. I think Yoda was playable. In the
Having
first one.
not played Battlefront, the last installment, I don't really know what it feels like to use the heroes, but the gameplay itself just looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm content to just be out there with a blaster and be like a normal guy.
Yeah.
So it was good on them for having more than I expected them to have. I didn't expect EA to come out and have a whole lot, and it actually was a pretty solid conference this year, which is more I can say for most years. And let's talk about Jesse. Remember Jesse from Boyfriend Girlfriend?
That was funny.
Yeah, I felt bad for him. Yeah. Do you know who we're talking about?
I missed that.
You missed that?
Yeah,
Okay, so I'll just tell you what happened.
I must have been looking elsewhere.
Yeah, you probably got up because you watched the live stream. It was just going on. So what happened is he got up to show Need for Speed, and he's standing up there, and I guess his teleprompter broke or something because he's up there. He's just like, "What's up, guys? I'm Jesse. My name's Jesse. I'm a YouTube content creator here on YouTube."
My name is Jesse Wellens, and I am a YouTube creator. So I am here to talk about Need for Speed Payback. If you guys didn't know, Need for Speed Payback,
So he froze. I guess his teleprompter broke, but
Yeah.
I felt bad for him. Yeah.
Yeah, it
We're
was
just
still,
behind him or something.
it's still funny, though.
It's still, it's funny to sit there and look. It's even funnier just to make fun of him because like he's got like that deep voice. So, like,
Yeah,
like, oh, I'm a YouTube creator.
I'm not used to being on a stage like this.
Yeah, they did show a little bit of esports, which I thought was kind of interesting. But you remember
Getting
that?
bigger.
Yeah, you remember that whole thing with like there was some little scene that we were all disgusted at, where like one of the players, I guess, like told somebody to.
Oh,
F off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And like, but like I felt
That
bad,
was bad.
but it just kind of felt like here's like reality TV tactics. Oh, they had a fight, and that was just something else that they were showing off. So that's another point where I kind of got a little bit bored, and I was just kind of like, okay, let's move on past this. So that'll probably go into my final rating somewhere, but
Okay, so that brings us to our final ratings of their presentation. I'm going to call it a 6 because as exciting as Battlefront 2 looked for me, a lot of these presentations kind of fall into the same pattern, and nothing particularly super duper exciting.
I'm going to have to go with Tim on this one and give it a 6 as well. I'm sure Madden is going to be getting a story mode, and Battlefront 2 looks good. Those are the only two things that we're getting, really. I don't really care about any of the other sports games that we're getting.
out of 10, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. Mainly because, there was some cool stuff, and it did better than I expected EA to do. They had more stuff than I thought would interest me, particularly that Way Out game and Battlefront. And it did, the whole conference picked up when they started talking about Star Wars, but that was really it. And there were some moments that were cringy. There were some moments that were a little bit showy, a little bit over the top, and a little bit less about games. But I will say that they talked about mainly games and not a whole lot of stuff that's not games, more so this year than they usually, or less so this year than they usually do. That pretty much wraps it up for us for EA's press conference. Overall, decent enough. But next we're going to be talking about Microsoft's in the next video. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you over there.
Till then, I'm TJ.
I'm JP
And I'm CP, and we'll see you next time.
on Our Realm.